Well, we're down in Ravensthorpe today, Steve, to participate in what we call internally GeoFest, and it's a gathering of all of the people in the business actually have come to Ravensthorpe today. Good chance for everyone to get together, look at what went well, look at what didn't go so well, and then what we'll do over the next 12 months, because I'm sure it's going to get busy again here soon. The new resource, which by the way is 16.5 million tonnes at 2.6 grams gold equivalent for 1.4 million ounces gold equivalent contained, that's a significant update, a significant increase just in the broad numbers, the contained metal. But I think it's also a beat on most of the other metrics. When you start to look at the resource and the way it's grown, everything's held up through this process. The estimate's based on 26,000 metres of new drilling. The gold content has now gone to 1.1 million ounces. That's a 64% increase from where it was previously at 674,000 ounces. There's now 50,000 tonnes of copper metal in the resource estimate that wasn't there previously. As I said, the gold equivalent grade is at 2.6 grams. The gold equivalent content is up almost 80%. We've still got 67% of the resource that's in the indicated category. 80% of the resource is in the open pit subsection, so within 150 metres of surface. So this is still shallowly drilled for an Archean gold lode system. And in addition to that, the underground grade is holding up well at 4.2 grams gold and 5.6 gold equivalent. So it's a strong result. It just demonstrates that when you focus and invest in this asset, it delivers. We've drilled 46,000 metres since April of 2021, which is when we mobilised the drills, I think 2 weeks within the date we listed. And so, as I said, 26,000 metres of that informs the mineral resource update that we're talking about today. And there's another 20,000 metres of drilling, which is still either being processed or in the lab, which is going to then feed into the next update, which will come before the end of the year. This program, since listing, has really been about aggressive extensional drilling at the Cundit Mining Centre and seeking to expand them at depth and along strike. So no infill components or very little, or it was incidental. This is really about demonstrating that these structures at Cundit are extensive along strike and at depth. And of the 46,000 metres, there was 6,000 metres that was diverted to the regional exploration effort, which is exciting in and of itself, but the vast majority of it was here to grow these resources. And as we can see today from the result, we've certainly achieved that. So we added gold equivalent ounces at $11. So if the market values those at $38 an ounce, which is what came into this trading halt at based on the new updated number, then for $11 invested, it's valued in the market at 38. That's a pretty good business. So overall, we added 23 gold equivalent ounces per metre drilled, and we were doing the drilling for approximately $200 a metre. First and foremost, they demonstrate that the harbour view structure is continuous to the south and at depth. And I think 180 metres was the largest distance between an existing drill hole and what those results were showing. So that's a big extension to that part of the ore body. So those were the visual results, but a couple of weeks ago we released some assay results from that end of the ore body as well. I think it was 12 holes. One of them was a no significant assay, but the remainder of them, the 11 holes that did grade, I think the length weighted average was approximately 4 metres at 6.5 grams gold equivalent, and over half of that equivalence was coming from the copper grades. So we're seeing the harbour view deposit getting wider and the copper increasing at depth in that part of the ore body. Meridian's been very encouraging. I think 5 metres at 11 grams we reported earlier this year. Then we've then followed up there with 2,500 metres of diamond and RC. We've got visual massive and disseminated sulfides in a number of those holes. So it's all bodes well. There'll definitely be a follow-up at Meridian, but then there's numerous other targets across we control 40 kilometres of prospective stratigraphy here at Ravensthorpe that we know hosts these ore bodies we're looking for. The gold soil anomalism directs us to a number of key targets, the copper in soil anomalism as well, and we'll be following up a number of those targets. And I think the proportion of the drilling that goes into the regional targeting will be more significant than it was in this recent drilling program. So we'll have a greater focus on the regional opportunity through 2022 and 2023. Well, it'd be wonderful to double it again. With the next round of drilling, we'll split the expenditure and the effort into three broad buckets. The first is to continue to extend the known resources at Cundit. So there'll be roughly a third of the effort, a third of the expenditure diverted to continuing to extend those resources at depth and along strike. And we know how we can add ounces to the resource estimate there. The next grouping of the expenditure will be on the pre-resource targets at Cundit itself. So there's a number of prospects, Gift, Lone Star, a number of other ones which are at a pre-resource stage. So we'll be diverting a significant amount of effort and expenditure into those targets to bring them up the curve in terms of becoming a resource estimate themselves. A greater emphasis on the near mine opportunity and the regional opportunity than we've seen over the last 12 to 15 months. I think over a long period of time, this asset has suffered from a lack of focus and a lack of investment, and it's only been since Medallion came along that we've really focused on the copper and the gold opportunity at the Ravensthorpe Gold Project. So we've demonstrated how, when you've got a team that's really capable and well funded, how successful they can be at adding resources. So we think Cundit, it's over 1.1 million ounces now. It's on a trajectory to get to 1.5 million ounces, which is what we internally think's the threshold to support a development decision here. And I think there's very few of those opportunities in WA, single assets on their own with a gold and copper focus above 2 grams, significantly above 2 grams. Very few of those opportunities left in WA, and we really think this is maturing into an asset of scale and significance.